So shout out to the fucking asshole who knew to call exactly at 12 noon like he always does, even though I explicitly tell him every time not to call me at after fucking noon, and just to pretend like I'm dead because they never seem to clue into the fact that the man who spends all day when he's not at work locked in his room, literally behind a locked door in fact, doesn't want to be disturbed unless someone is sick, dead, or dying. Nope, dumbass forgot his phone somewhere, and whew, if I could get away with blocking his phone number on my and his work phone, I would do it in a heartbeat. Sadly, that's not an option. Unless I want to go back to being homeless. And now I'm just in a shitty fucking mood because I have to clean up other people, and because I had to waste my time cleaning up someone else's mess. God fucking. How is it every time someone calls me on my phone, it's always something that's not my goddamn problem, and I get pissed off about it. Every single goddamn time. Oh, cool, my camera's out of sync again. Fun. I have no idea if it's caught up. Man, I am in a shitty fucking mood now. I wonder if there's a correlation to people wasting my time on innocuous bullshit that isn't my fucking problem. Well, that's a rhetorical question. I know for a fact there is, because these people can't be trusted to use any piece of technology without requiring my help. Which is really funny when it boils down to, hey, can you see if I left my phone at home? It's not with me at work. Like, if it's not with you at work, and the only other place you've been in the last 2 days is home, where the fuck do you think it is, dumbass? Swear to God, they couldn't find their own ass with 2 hands, a map, and a GPS. Fuck it, I'm not wearing pants. Let's get into this shit show. I really hope I'm the only one here not wearing pants. Police. Florida man attacks kids in playground over noise. From Clearwater, Florida. A 70-year-old man has been accused of slamming a child to the ground at a Florida playground after yelling the kids were making too much noise. Largo police arrested a man on child abuse charge in Clearwater and took him to Pinellas County Jail, arrest records show. He was released on his own recognizance. Officials say there were several kids having fun in a playground at around 6:30 p.m. Saturday when a man stormed out of his nearby apartment annoyed over the noise. That's it? Kind of buried the lead here. Well, fuck it. Moving on. Bald eagle swoops in to steal Florida man's shark. Dundon, Florida. With sunset on the horizon, Chad Rissman and his uncle Darren Vick had waited all day for one bite. We were just sitting there talking. The line got tight and slack, Darren recalled. With that nibble, they reeled in an unforgettable fishing tale. I was reeling it in. My uncle was going to grab the line, Chad said. As the leader was coming up, I said I get a hold of a shark, Darren continued. But before Darren could, a bald eagle swept in and claimed the shark as its own. The way everything lined up, the sunset, I couldn't have asked for a better time, said Chad. Family grabbed their phones and captured the moment on Dundon Causeway. It's just like brushing the greatness of the country all into one picture, one experience, Darren said. They cut short the line and got the line and hook away from the eagle. I think they did a real great job. It could have been a lot worse, said Kim Begay of the Clearwater Audubon Society and Audubon Center for Birds of Prey. Begay knows the eagle as Eugene, first rescued in Bradenton in 2017 after fracturing her leg. First time she broke her leg, she was in rehab for about 8 months. She was in rehab at a very critical time when she would have been learning how to hunt and following her parents' hunt began. Oh my Christ! Florida woman literally named Be Gay, and her lab partner do crime. Eugene appears to now be looking for easy meals. If Eugene or any other bird is hooked, Be Gay says to follow these steps. Hook a bird by accident or the bird has a line wrapped around them. Don't cut the line, leaving the bird with a long amount of line trailing. You have to reel and remove and release. If not, a bird can end up in serious trouble. If you aren't comfortable getting the hook out on your own, Be Gay said to call the Raptor Center of Tampa Bay. Worst thing that could happen is the eagle could fly away with the hook inside of her and trailing the line with 15 to 20 feet because when she perches on things, she could easily end up hanging herself, Be Gay added. For Eugene and Chad, it was a chance encounter for both. I used to identify as a Utah man, but now I'm definitely a Florida man, smiled Chad. Yeah, that's definitely a Florida man-ass picture. Can we get that up on the big screen? Look at this. Fucking Jimmy John's hat, reflective shades, sunburn, gap tooth, eagle eating a shark. If this isn't Florida summed up in one picture, the only thing that's missing would be an alligator. Please tell me they also got it on video.
New at 6 tonight, every fisherman has a story to tell about their catch. Well, from one man visiting from Utah here, he walked away with
he was a tourist.
Remarkable encounter.
Disgusting. I thought he had moved here.
And a bald eagle.
And it comes with an important lesson for anybody casting their lines. Fox 13's Kimberly Guizon has his story.
With sunset on the horizon, Chad Rissman and his uncle Darren Vick had waited all day for one bite.
Hold on.
Sitting there talking and the
Hold on.
Slack.
That new bite.
We're just sitting there talking and
Uncle Darren Vick.
Which one's the nephew and which one's the uncle? They both look like the fucking nephew. Look at them. He looks like he's in his 40s. He looks like he's in his 50s. Which one do you think is not invited to Thanksgiving dinner anymore? Gotta be one of them, right?
Had waited all day for one bite.
we're just sitting there talking and the line went slack.
That nibble would reel in an unforgettable fishing tale.
As I'm reeling in, my uncle's going to grab the line.
As the leader's coming up, said I'd get a hold of the shark.
Before Darren could, a bald eagle swept in and claimed the shark.
God bless America.
Lined up, the sunset. I couldn't ask for a better time.
The family grabbed their phones, capturing the unforgettable moment on the Dunedin Causeway.
Just like
Dunedin? That's how you say it?
brushing the greatness of the country all into one picture.
The no-step
And
snake
one
face.
experience.
They cut the line short and got the line and hook away from the eagle.
I think they did a really great job. It could have been a lot worse.
Kim Begay with Clearwater Audubon Society knows the eagle as Eugene. First rescued in Bradenton in 2017 after fracturing.
So if it's a
her
girl,
leg.
why is
She
it
was in
named
rehab for
Eugene?
about 8 months. And she was in rehab at a very critical time when she would be learning how to hunt.
Eugene appears to now be looking for easy meals. And if
Memes.
she or any other bird is hooked,
Memes.
Kim says to follow these
Memes.
steps.
Don't cut the line, leaving the bird with long amounts of line trailing. You have to reel, remove, and release.
If not, a bird could end up in serious trouble. For Eugene and Chad, it was a chance encounter for both.
This
I used to
fucking
identify as
picture
Utah
gets
man,
better
but
the more I
definitely
look
a
at it.
Florida man.
In Dunedin, Kimberly Quizon, Fox 13 News.
Well, if you're worried about removing a hook from a bird, the Audubon Society says stay with the bird. Do not remove the hook, and also call the Raptor Center of Tampa Bay for help. That phone number is listed on our website at fox13news.com. And if you ever get the chance, it's a rare chance to be up close with a bald eagle like that, you'll see why they say don't try to remove the hook, because their talons are about as big as your hand.
Right.
Yeah, it's
You don't
almost
want any
like
part
they're
of that.
birds of prey or
the
something.
beauty of
It's a
that
gorgeous creature. Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
what an experience.
What do you
Now
think
he's
bald
older
eagle
now,
tastes
so
like?
there you can understand why.
I'd eat one. If this is not the most America picture you've seen this week, I'm gonna have to ask you to send me a link to what you
Well, the
think
Help Wanted
is.
sign is up at the Transportation Security
Fuck
Administration.
off. Just look at this. It's a fucking bald eagle stepping on a shark. Fucking legendary. Oh, this picture is gold. Sharky was in the process of stealing. Fuck off. America taking our sharks too. Yeah, fuck you. He was an American. He came down here on vacation. Fucking hack. Read the articles. We've already reached the bestiality portion of today's special. Florida man caught humping dog attacked owner when confronted, officials say. Yeah, that looks like the kind of man who would rape a dog, let's be honest. Milton, Florida. Milton man has been arrested after a fight that allegedly started when the man was caught, quote-unquote, humping someone's dog, according to arrest reports. John Miller, 33, is charged with domestic violence battery, domestic violence aggravated assault, and criminal mischief. I'd throw bestiality on there, but okay. Miller was caught humping a dog, and when the owner confronted him, he said Miller attacked him, punching him in the head and upper body, leaving red marks and cuts, according to the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. The victim said Miller destroyed items in the house and the garage door. He said Miller also grabbed the knife, threatening to kill him, leaving him in fear of his and his mother's life. Miller is in Santa Rosa County Jail on a $7,000 bond. Wait, so he broke into some guy's house for this? I feel like there's more to a story here, because at first, I thought this was just some guy in public, but I guess not? Weird. But yeah, look at this dude. Look at this dude. Yeah, he looks like someone who'd rape a dog. Let's be honest. He's probably spread peanut butter over his crotch before, and we're gonna move on from that because I really don't want that picture of that man's penis in my head. I just need to see how old this. I do agree with this guy. What in the ever-loving fuck? How old is this? Ooh. I don't know. Wait a minute. Okay. Florida woman charged for allegedly shooting husband's quote-unquote companion in throat with stun gun, reports say. From Fort Walton Beach, Florida, when Okaloosa County deputies arrived at a North Beale Parkway Monday morning, a woman still had a stun gun stuck in her throat. She was taken to a local hospital to have the darts removed after the estranged wife of a man she was staying with allegedly shot her with a dart-firing stun gun, according to an Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office press report. The man identified, the wife, identified as Christine Webster, faces charge of aggravated battery causing bodily harm. Deputies arrived at the Fort Walton Beach residence on Monday morning after Paul Weber called and alleged that his wife had tased a woman. The alleged victim told deputies she was sleeping when banging on the door woke her up. When she opened the door, the victim told deputies Christine Weber shot her with the stun gun, causing her to fall backwards. The victim, an epileptic, said she had a seizure. Deputies state in the report that the victim had already removed the second dart from her chest by the time they had arrived. Deputies found Christine Weber at her home, where they arrested her. Stay classy, Florida woman. Stay classy. What in the ever-loving fuck is this headline? This is the last one from this side, otherwise we're going to be going down a rabbit hole for a while. Deal with it. Woman allegedly told choking one-year-old before passing out at Florida restaurant, deputies say. In Destin, Florida, the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office charged a woman from Miramar with child neglect after finding her passed out on the deck of a Destin restaurant with a one-year-old child in her care Monday afternoon. Deputies tried several times to wake Arielle Yvonne Hope, 27, before she finally came to enough to respond to deputies' questions, according to the arrest report. According to the report, when asked where she was, Hope said Miramar. When asked about the child, she said he was in Miramar. The defendant appeared to be heavily intoxicated to the point she was unable to take care of herself, according to her report, let alone a one-year-old infant. Hope was unable to stand without deputies' help or to rationally answer questions. A witness of the incident said in a sworn statement, served Hope 4 vodka shots and gave her a cherry for the child. After Hope gave the child the cherry, the child began to choke, and according to the witness, Hope told the child to fucking deal with it. Oh, God. After Hope fell to the ground with the child in her hands, the witness took the child and held him until deputies arrived at the restaurant. The arrest report also states the child was dressed in a single-layer outfit while cold wind blew in 60-degree weather. Okay, that's, on one hand, that's shitty parenting on her part. On the other, if that kid needed more than one layer of clothing for a windy 60-degree day, that kid's a fucking pussy. Hey, man, I just call it like I sees it. God damn it. I know I said one more, but this is too stupid to not. Damn, this site's on a fucking roll today, and this is all just over in Okaloosa County? Mariah Carey responds to HOA after HOA threatens to fine Tampa man for putting up Christmas lights too early. I didn't realize that was a thing. But why can't that be a thing? Being more common. Like, yeah, I fully support finding people that put up their Christmas shit too early. Now, this is unlike the Halloween giant skeleton army, because the giant skeleton army would be cool. Yet, but just, yes. But I want to know why they involved Mariah Carey. Also, thank you for the sub and the 200 bits. You're a good friend. San Francisco. How early is too early to decorate for Christmas? Bitch, I've seen Walmart selling Christmas shit in September. A Tampa Bay homeowner is facing HOA fines for putting their Christmas decorations up too early. So, of course, we needed to know what the Queen of Christmas would have to say about it. The Moffa family told WFLA's Melissa Marino that they hired a company to put Christmas lights outside their home on November 6th. Yeah, that's way too fucking early. I can't defend that. On November 6th. That was their only availability, and I can't climb on the roof myself, Michael Moffa said. The next day, Moffa said he got a letter from his HOA saying that his lights were in violation of the HOA rules, which states decorations can't be put up until Thanksgiving Day. If they don't take them down, the family could be fined $100 a day, up to $1,000, according to the letter. Moffa has no plans to take the lights down. Based. Mariah, KRON, WFLA sister station San Francisco, Queen of Christmas would have to say about it, and Mariah Carey revealed to them her personal decorating timeline, and it may shock you. See, even the bitch who ruins Christmas music agrees that, yeah, no Thanksgiving. My personal preference is to wait until Thanksgiving, but there's no regulating festiveness, says Mariah Carey on Twitter. Mariah Carey first declared November 1st as the start of Christmas season, making the midnight announcement in a video of her smashing pumpkins with her version of All I Want for Christmas Is You playing. The Guinness World Record account even tweeted that was a new record for the earliest celebration of Christmas. Bullshit. Moving on. Even so, Carrie surprisingly prioritizes the turkey over the tree, and she said her personal preference is to put up Christmas decorations after Thanksgiving. But Carrie's all about the freedom to decide your own festive timeline, saying there is no regulating festiveness. I'm not playing that video, I'm not getting that song stuck in my head, and I'm not getting bitten by the copyright. Fuck that. Let's see what the news report has to say. Oh yeah, this is a special article I found that I'm saving till last. Because it's very special. And probably the worst case of unfortunate timing I think I've ever seen.
Have a home in your neighborhood that's already got the Christmas lights out, and that was the case for this home in Florida. Unfortunately, the HOA, the Homeowners Association, has
power tripping
cited
morons
them with a letter saying you put it up too early.
Yeah.
In the bylaws of the HOA, it says you can't put Christmas lights up any sooner than the first day after Thanksgiving.
Come on.
And apparently, it's a pretty steep fine. It's $100 a day, up to $1,000 maximum.
So they have to pay if they leave these up now and don't take them down.
Hey, that's a Hanukkah. That's Hanukkah. That doesn't count as Christmas. Hanukkah comes way earlier than Christmas.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Pretty.
Really?
A lot of people are weighing in on this.
Okay, and so what we thought, well, who's the most Christmassy celebrity out there? Mariah Carey.
Hold on, when's the first day of Hanukkah?
So we tweeted, Cromp4 tweeted Mariah, and we asked her, what would she say? Like, what does she think?
We tagged this
because I'm pretty sure they could argue
Yeah,
that it's being if it's Hanukkah stuff and they're Jewish.
In New York, I guess.
They could probably argue
My
anti-Semitism.
personal preference is to wait until after Thanksgiving, but there's no regulating festiveness.
How about that?
That's what Mariah says, because she wants us to play her music now, right?
Well, it's official. The Queen of Christmas has said it should be fine. Hopefully that Homeowners Association doesn't really enforce that rule. That's kind of a Grinchy thing to do.
All I want for Christmas.
Hanukkah
I'm
period lasts for
killing
8
you,
days and is
Mariah.
celebrated from the
She's
25th
not
day of
watching us, is
Kislev.
she?
No, but I agree. You are
What the
killing
fuck
it.
is the 25th day of Kislev to the second day of Tevet? I need that in an American calendar. I need that in the American calendar system, not the ancient Jewish one. Christ, man. I'm trying to defend these people here, and you're not making it easy. First day of Hanukkah, 2021. Google says December 6th. Or Hanukkah for the year 2021 begins on November 28th and ends sundown Monday, December 6th.
That has been issued for this girl who
Yeah,
was
no.
kidnapped from Santa Rosa.
November 28th, yeah, you can put up Christmas shit if you're also putting up Hanukkah shit, as far as I'm concerned. Oh god, a woman after my own heart. Florida woman caught with 56 Glock handguns in her trunk at Blue Water Bridge. Oh boy. That is a lot of guns. And I don't... you know what? No, I'm curious. I want to know what she had them for. A Florida woman is facing numerous charges after border guards allegedly found more than 50 Glock handguns, numerous magazines and ammunition in the trunk of her car during a stop at the Blue Water Bridge in Sarnia, Ontario earlier this month. Was this bitch trying to smuggle these into Canada? On November 1st, the 48-year-old woman reached the Canadian side of the St. Clair River, where Canadian Border Service Agencies officers referred her to a secondary inspection. Inside boxes stacked in the trunk of her vehicle, officers found an alleged 56 subcompact, compact, and fully polymer-framed Glock handguns, 13 magazines carrying of a prohibited capacity above 10 rounds, 43 10-round magazines, and ammunition. I like how they have all these guns, all these magazines, 2 boxes of ammo. That's fine, Darren. Just, yeah, go nuts. I trust you more than most people on this site, and that's saying something. CBSA officers allege the serial number on at least some of these guns were altered or missing. Okay, that could just be from, like, shitty paint jobs, unless these are custom made. But I doubt it, like, because who would custom make 3 neon blue bodies like that? CBSA officers, investigators in the Greater Toronto area have routinely said each semi-automatic handgun of this quality can sell between $3,000 and $5,000 on the street. Vivian Richards of Oakland Park, Florida, was charged with 5 criminal code offenses and 3 Customs Act violations. She is scheduled to appear in court next month on November 24th. CBSA says it's the largest single firearm seizure they've made in southern Ontario in recent history. God bless Florida woman smuggling guns across the Canadian border. That is not something I thought I would ever say. Just why? Just why? And why Glock of all things? Like, admittedly, they're probably cheaper, but still, come on, man. But, yeah. Holy shit, got some rich-ass gangsters up north. Yeah. 3,000 times 56. That's about 150K, give or take. No, that's closer to 180K, isn't it? 56 times and that's a minimum $168,000 in guns. Max $280,000 in guns. Fucking Christ, you could buy a house for that. I need to get it on gun smuggling. Christ, apparently I'm in the wrong fucking industry. Also, thank you for gifting the sub to Darren. He's a good man. He's certainly better at this than I am, even if he's a bold-faced fucking liar about that fact. Oh, wait, that's 3 to 5 grand Canadian. That's worthless. That's like $8 American. Lame. Those are Canadian dollars, and it does seem high. Other sources is usually have pistols going for around 2,000 up. It's, of course, going to be a lot higher than retails, as smuggling is risky, and few in legal hands end up with in criminal hands here. Yeah, it sounds about right. Moose hunting officer. I mean, if you want to count Canadians as moose. Moosin? What's the plural for moose? Is it just moose? I forget. God damn it, guys. Please, no. We don't need a dick measuring contest right now. Oh, God. I'm torn on this one. Taking 56 guns into a country can't be good. But taking 56 handguns out of Florida might be good? I don't think this dumbass understands geography. Because trust me, if America and Florida, Florida and Canada shared a border, especially around the Toronto area, I would have a lot less problems in my life because I could solve a good chunk of them by going to Toronto and harassing some people I know for the memes. It'd be funny. Also, I think this would actually be the first hype train we've ever had on this stream, and I don't know how to feel about that because it's not worth it. Unfortunately, I can't participate in it because it doesn't count when I'm the one donating. I learned that one the hard way once. Should be on Arglock. 200k for all these? It's quite the haul. She should have hit him better. Where? In her prison wallet? I know for a fact you can hide a gun in your vagina and a second gun in your rectum. Gone. Atlantic Beach man caught on video placing feces in mailboxes. I'm sorry. What? I need to read that again. And now you're just gifting out subs to other people too. Okay, why not? Atlantic Beach man caught on video placing feces in mailboxes. Okay. When this said Atlantic Beach, I thought it meant New Jersey, and I was very confused because on one hand, poop in your mailbox is disgusting, but on the other hand, it's probably the best thing to happen in New Jersey in the last month. Let's be honest. This is second best thing. Sorry. An Atlantic Beach man was arrested Thursday after police said he was caught on video putting feces in mailboxes. Andrew Seltzman, 62, was booked in the Duval County jail and charged with criminal mischief and stalking, the Atlantic Beach Police Department said in a Facebook post. Police received complaints from multiple people about Setzman not only putting feces in their mailboxes, but also leaving obscene letters with drawings. A neighbor was able to get a video of Setzman in the act and give it to police. Please tell me the messages were written in poop. I just need this man to have grabbed a hunk of shit, slapped it on a paper, and just wrote, "fuck you," and then a shitty little stick man on it. Mostly intended. Also, this is the face of a man who doesn't realize putting poop in mailboxes is illegal. What a fucking shithead. That was a shitty plan, too. What was his goal here? Can't think of any more shit puns. I got nothing. Moving on. But wait, there's more. Yeah. You have to appreciate the epic epistle graphic? Say that. Better be one of those weird YouTube bots. No views.
Epistolographic. 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 Epistolographic.
The fact that it has the word piss in it is the best part. Yes. You have to appreciate the epistolographic scatology only has one scene. That goes above and beyond the normal crap. Truly a shit poster. Bad Florida man. Now rub his nose in it. Why are you threatening him with a good time? What can Brown do for you? I read Fences and was very confused and sort of impressed. Shit neighbors receive shit mail. Now that's a Florida man that actually gives a shit. Can't, he's a giver. My kid asked if it was human or animal feces. These are questions that need answering. Do your jobs, journalist. Okay. What the fuck is this about? Oh no, Grandpa, what did we tell you? Okay, I don't know what that is, so special. This should be a special punishment for Mr. Did he attach proper postage? Rick... Okay, so I'm not the only one who thought he kind of looked like Ric Flair. Woo! Florida man, naked, arrested after hitting woman with car and choked her. I picked a terrible day to film while not wearing pants. We live in a Florida, boy! Yes, we do.
We live in Florida, boy.
I don't know what the fuck the Welsh robot is on. But what the fuck is a BOE? Yes, the bit donation bot is in Welsh because I thought it was funny. Jake Grissom is a name that pops up on a lot of these articles at the Tampa Free Press. A 33-year-old Florida man is behind bars after intentionally striking a woman with his car and then proceeding to choke her on a causeway. Okay, so what? Was she walking on the causeway? According to deputies, at approximately 2 p.m. on November 18th, 2021, deputies responded to the area of the Pineda Causeway just east of I-95 in Brevard County after an emergency 911 call was received stating that 33-year-old Daniel Petrogani of Clearwater, Florida, had struck a woman with his vehicle. The caller told dispatchers that he was also on top of the woman choking her. Deputies arrived at the scene to find the victim seriously injured and Petrogani being restrained by off-duty law enforcement officers who happened to be driving by the incident and stopped to assist. Deputies say the investigation thus far has revealed that Petrogani and the victim were in a vehicle on Pineda Causeway. At some point, the victim exited the vehicle and began running from the area, so he drove across lanes of traffic towards the victim and intentionally struck her. He then exited the vehicle naked and dragged the woman onto the ground and striking her with his fists and choking her. Bro, are we sure this isn't just GTA RP? This sounds like GTA RP. Well, I just went deaf in my left ear. That's a good sign. The victim was transported to a local hospital with serious injuries where she remains in critical but stable condition following emergency surgery. Petrogani was also transported to a local hospital where he was treated and released, after which he was served with an arrest warrant and transported to the Brevard County Jail Complex. Okay, so looking at this guy's mugshot, all I can think of is the really awkward fake smile Arnold Schwarzenegger gives in Terminator 2. When he's like trying to smile, but it doesn't work. It just looks really awkward. Terminator 2 was a good movie. Cracks open fucking egg monster in. We're just gonna let this sit on screen for a little bit because I fucking hate it. Also, hi, Nerdy. Is there someone a person can sign up for this to happen to them? Asking for a friend. Bro, do you need a hug? Man, I ain't even reading the fucking article. I'm just looking at the mugshot. No joke, I seriously feel like I've met these people before. They look really familiar, and I don't know why. A Hernando County pair have been arrested after a traffic stop led deputies into K9 drugs in the vehicle. So, before we advance in the article, place your bets. Meth or heroin? Let's start up a little poll. All right, this is going to be a short poll, 1 minute. Let's see what you guys go. Your options are meth, heroin, bath salts, ketamine, or crocodile. It might be in the article on screen. I just realized, so I'm scrolling back to the top. Right now we have 1 vote for methamphetamine, and that's it. Man, I remember when I had a meth habit back in elementary school. That sounds worse than I mean it to. By that I mean I was on Adderall. Because remember, kids, all ADHD medication is literally just amphetamines. That's not even a joke. The medical system in this country is fucked. Alright, since it appears no one else is gonna vote. Yeah, meth won. According to investigators, on Thursday at 12:16 p.m., a Hernando County Sheriff's Office K9 deputy conducted a traffic stop on the driver of a vehicle traveling on Shoal Line Boulevard near Richard Drive in Weeki Wachee. God, I love the names of fucking out of the middle of nowhere places, and they're always so fun. The driver, later identified as Stanley Schultz, 70, was traveling 49 miles an hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. The deputy asked Schultz for permission to search the vehicle. Schultz denied the deputy's request. The deputy informed Schultz and his passenger, Dina Thomas, 42. Damn, bitch, you're 42? Yeah, definitely meth then. And that he was going to conduct a drug sniff at the vehicle. Once the suspects exited the vehicle, the deputy performed a free air drug sniff with K9 mech, resulted in an immediate alert for drugs. Investigators say on the passenger side of the vehicle, deputies located an eyeglass-style patch that contained 2 plastic baggies, a straw, and a smoking pipe that all tested positive for methamphetamine. Called it! Thompson advised that only the smoking pipe belonged to her. Look, officer. I know this looks bad. Only the crack pipe is mine. The rest is his. On the driver's side of the vehicle, deputies were able to locate a gray bag that contained 2 crystal-like chunks that tested positive for methamphetamine. Deputies also located a smoking pipe and a handgun in the bag. Meth and guns! Just what the world needs. During questioning, Schultz admitted to ownership of all the items in the gray bag. He also told deputies he's a convicted felon. Why do convicted felons keep getting firearms? Come on, man. I don't believe in gun control, but I feel like convicted felons are like one of the few exceptions I make to that. Another clear Aggie was also found in the chest pocket of a jacket worn by Thompson. Substance tested positive for meth. Schultz claimed ownership of the jacket and the drugs found in the jacket. Additional investigations revealed the suspect's vehicle was not registered and had a tag attached that was not assigned to it. It was also learned Schultz's driver's license had been suspended in 2017 and not reinstated. Both Schultz and Thompson were transported to the Hernando County Detention Center. Schultz was charged with possession of meth, possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of ammunition by a felon, possession of drug paraphernalia, driving while license is suspended second degree, or subsequent offense, and unregistered motor vehicle. Thompson was charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. This bitch looks to be at least 65. Don't smoke meth, kid. It makes you ugly. God damn, I have the worst fucking life advice for people. Don't smoke meth, it'll make you look less fuckable. Any good comments? At least she can qualify for the seniors discount at Denny's. Ain't nobody gonna believe she's 42. I like how everyone has the same reaction. It's Merlin and Madam Mim from Sword in the Stone. Well, Sword in the Crack Rock, more like. The guy admitted to ownership of all the drugs, including what was in the woman's jacket. He might be an idiot drug addict driving under the influence, but he's got chivalry. Florida man. You can't search my car unless you have probable cause. Cop, have you looked in the mirror? Also, hello, Lucifer. Damn, how did my life get this way that I'm greeting Lucifer like a friend? I'm the second worst priest ever, so whatever. Respect Florida women! Where's the meth gator and imaginary friend getaway driver? Fuck off. I'm sure Florida will sleep better knowing their finest got Bonnie and Clyde off the streets. No telling what those two might have gotten up to. She had one hell of a paper route. At 42, she looks every day as old as Crystal Meth Gandalf. Oh, jeez, is that it? Stray bullet fired from Florida Fairground hits woman at assisted living facility. From Margate, Florida, a bullet fired from the grounds of a South Florida fair traveled into an assisted living facility where it struck the foot of a 91-year-old resident, authorities say. Well, at least it only got her in the foot? Poor grandma, though. You just know if that was grandpa who had served in Nam, he'd be having a fucking PTSD episode. The gun was discharged from the Broward County Fair and traveled more than 200 yards to the waterside landing, a nearby senior facility, Sun Sentinel reported. The woman, whose name has not been released, is expected to survive, and the fair, which is expected to open Thursday, will go on, according to the newspaper. She was taken from the area hospital. Injuries not considered threatening, according to WTVJ. Brandon Lucas Craig, 40, of West Palm Beach, was charged with attempted murder, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, battery, and carrying a concealed weapon, according to the Broward County Sheriff's online booking records. According to the police, Craig was working one of the carnival games for the fair operators and got into an argument at about 4:30 a.m. Police said Lucas pulled a gun and fired a shot into the air where it entered the first floor of the assisted living facility. The injury was not life-threatening. Lieutenant Alain Bennett, Pokemon, don't know. Spokesperson from the Margate Police Department told the Sun Sentinel. Craig has been fired, fair spokesperson Michelle, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, told the newspaper. For the safety of fairgoers as initially planned, Margate Police Department will be continuously patrolling the fairground throughout the upcoming weeks to deter any further incidents and to avoid any potential risk to public safety, Margate Mayor Antonio Arcerio said in a statement. That's not a video related to this. I wanted to see the guy's mugshot, damn it. There's the mugshot. Come on, load the picture. Look at this dude. Yeah, that's the face of a hardened carny if I've ever seen one. Bulls travel until something stops them. Don't make a shot you can't afford to miss. Learned this at around 10 years old. What is wrong with this guy? Yeah, see? This guy gets it. This guy gets it. How can we allow someone without object permanence to own a deadly weapon? And from being shot in the foot to shot in the testicles. Bullet lodged in Florida man's testicles after wife shoots him, deputies say. Victoria Reed arrested in Brevard County. I'm going to give every man in the audience a moment to stop flinching because we all just felt that on a spiritual level. Melbourne, Florida. A bullet lodged in a Brevard County man's testicles after he was shot by his 60-year-old wife in an argument over an affair, according to authorities. Victoria Reed was arrested Wednesday on charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon in domestic violence and aggravated assault domestic violence. Oh, it's deadly weapon domestic violence and aggravated assault domestic violence. Sorry, it's just really really weirdly worded. I thought he was missing like 8 commas. Also, thank you for gifting the sub to Nerdy. He is also better at this than I am. According to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, Reed had a gun and confronted her husband of 16 years to discuss his affair. Reed demanded that her husband sit on the couch and told him she was going to maim him and give him post-traumatic stress disorder, which she said she also suffers, according to deputies. Reed taunted her husband and threatened to shoot him in the face and chest and kill him, officials said. Reed shot her husband in the left knee, but the bullet traveled up his thigh and lodged in his testicles. According to the sheriff's office, the man's condition is not known. Reed was arrested in Rockledge and taken to jail. What the actual fuck is wrong with these people? Also, it went through his knee, up his thigh, and then somehow wound up in his testicles? Damn, he must have small nuts. Also, is it just the shitty lighting, or does this look like a dude with pink lipstick? It's just a shitty lighting. No need for a vasectomy after that. Don't fuck with Martha Stewart. He worked for her, things got a little nuts, he got testy, and she sacked him. It took some balls. At least one. That's nuts. I got balls of lead? I can't do Duke Nukem. He must have had some really big balls. Will that be leaded or unleaded children for you, sir? So what you're saying is because she wasn't shooting blanks, he will be? Well, I already made the balls of steel joke. He's got some thick-ass balls or deflected bullets if he lodges in it. Wait a minute, that story was from 5 years ago? Is girl. Oh, god damn it, this is from April 1st of 2016. This might not be real. This might be an April Fool's jape. Man. Buccaneer Antonio Brown accused of obtaining fake vaccine card. A former live-in chef also says Brown, who missed one game this season after testing positive to COVID, owes him $10,000. So I think there might be a correlation here, but I'm not sure. We're gonna need some more evidence. Buccaneers wide receiver Antonio Brown obtained a fake COVID-19 vaccination card to avoid NFL protocols, according to his forward. Brown's girlfriend, model Cindy Moreau, told the Los Angeles chef Stephen Ruiz in text message July 2nd that Brown will be willing to pay up $500 if he can get a Johnson & Johnson vaccination card. Hold on. I gotta... My ding-dong demands. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. I gotta Google image. And she looks like a generic Instagram model. Okay. Can you get COVID cards? Moreau texts Ruiz on July 2nd, according to a screen grab he provided the Tampa Bay Times. I can try, he said. J&J shot. AV said he would give you $500. Text exchange between Moreau and Ruiz does not refer to Brown by name. The wide receiver is often called AB by friends, coaches, and teammates. Brown wanted J&J card. Ruiz alleges it's because it's the only one that consists of a single shot and require less paperwork. Wide receiver and his personal chef fell out over an uncollected debt. Ruiz, who owns Taste That LA, says he's owed $10,000. He spoke publicly for the first time about Brown after trying unsuccessfully to extract a settlement from the Super Bowl champion Bucks, and after talks with Brown's lawyer went nowhere. Ruiz said he was unable back in July to find a fake vaccination card for Brown, who had told those around him that he was worried about the vaccine's potential negative effects on his body. And a few weeks later, however, Ruiz said Brown showed him his fake vaccination card, which the wide receiver told Ruiz he had purchased for himself in Moreau. They were sitting at on Brown's dining room table, said Ruiz. It was just days before the Bucks training camp. Alex Guerrero, a personal trainer and co-founder of TB12 with Tom Brady, arrived at Brown's house the same night to help the 33-year-old Pro Bowler recover from a knee surgery. According to Ruiz, Guerrero took a photograph of Brown's vaccination card while he was there. To document the list of vaccinated players as quickly as possible, the Bucks would sometimes have Guerrero or others in the organization photograph their cards to send it to head trainer Bobby Slater and eventually their infections control officer. Ruiz said he believes Guerrero was unaware that the card was fake. Guerrero declined to comment for the story, which means he definitely didn't realize it was fake. Brown's lawyer, however, said in a statement Thursday afternoon that Times that Brown is vaccinated. Antonio Brown appreciates the severity of the pandemic, which is why he got the vaccine, and supports everyone for whom it is advisable to get the vaccine, Sean Burston texted. Coronavirus has hit close to home as it took him out of a game. He is healthy, vaccinated, and ready to win another Super Bowl. One of the worst parts of the pandemic has been the movement to cast doubt on the country's vaccination program with baseless, vindictive tabloid gossip. That's right, peasants. Consume Big Pharma's products. Sure, you can spend years railing against them, but now everyone needs to get the vaccine because of reasons. I'm allowed to make that joke. I got the fucking vaccine, and I'm getting my fucking booster shot on Sunday against my will. Fuck you. I can make jokes. The Bucks would not make Brown available to the Times for an interview. Bucks officials and Brown's agents declined to discuss the story, and Brown did not respond to messages left on his cell phone. Brown is recovering from a foot injury sustained on the Thursday night football game at Philadelphia, October 14th. Lord, this article just keeps going. Oh, God. I don't care. Good Lord, did this man have to reach a minimum fucking word count? Okay, hold on. I need to see these videos. That's a lot of damage. Moving on. I don't care enough. I'm pretty sure this one's from last week. Yeah, I think this one's from last week, so moving on. Why is cock and ball torture a theme this week? A Florida MMA fighter lost a testicle when he was kneed in the groin during a freak training accident. Cock and ball torture. DBT. Floridian MMA fighter Christian Lawson lost a testicle during a freak training accident and is already joking about the incident. From now on, if you hit me in my last testicle, we aren't friends, he wrote in his Instagram last week. All. The accident appeared to take place during a mixed martial arts practice session earlier this month. A knee strike ruptured his left testicle, Lowen said, and he required help from to get to the hospital. After having the testicle surgically removed, he returned home. Doc said, I won't lose testosterone or the ability to have kids, said Lawson. If I lose the other one, however, it's a different story. You think? Lozen, 26, has a pro MMA record of 9 wins, 6 submission, and 3 decision against 2 losses. The lightweight fighters competed for regional organizations, Dana White's Contender Series, a promotion that funnels talent in the UFC, and the Professional Fighters League, which holds the matches in the format that includes playoffs and championships. In a later comment on Instagram, Lozen said he does not recommend anyone go through that, adding, "But since I'm stuck on a couch while recovering, I found it crazy how many articles, comments, forums I've seen about what happened. I've seen support from people I don't remotely know, and I've also seen a ton of good jokes that give me a good, much-needed laugh. I will recover, and I will be back. Got great friends and family supporting me, and the perfect wife taking care of everything I need." Why does he look like a mix between Ashton Kutcher and the fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Like, I'm not the only one who sees this shit, right? Oh, that's... Poor bastard. Well, when he gets knocked the fuck out next time, remember to say a guy with 2 balls would have walked that shit off. Detective on Don Lewis's Tiger King case finds Carol Baskin's refusal frustrating. Investigators explain what the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office has been doing to find the missing millionaire. The lead detective on the infamous 1997 disappearance of Tampa millionaire Don Lewis said that he still believes the case can be solved, but feels that way about every case. We ask a homicide investigator, "Can you solve a case?" and they say, "No, you should take his badge away." Corporal Moises Garcia... Moida Garcia said Thursday, we continue to push hard on this case. We still have some avenues. Not a week goes by that we don't have our hands in the case. 20 months after the Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Cronister? How the fuck? Pledged to renew the investigation, detectives were unable to provide much new information to a mystery, again making headlines with the release of Tiger King 2. Holy shit, Tiger King 2 is out? Fuck! I had plans for tonight, mother... Hold on. What the fuck is there to cover? He's in jail. He's got cancer now. Damn, it premiered like 3 days ago. Well, I'll watch it. 20 months after Hillsborough Sheriff, yada yada yada, pleasure. Detectives were unable to provide much new information, and a mystery again making headlines with this week's review. At a news conference over Zoom, Garcia explained what the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office had done since Netflix's wildly popular Tiger King documentary, The Household Name. That bitch Carol Baskins murdered him and fed him to tigers. Which, I didn't know about the whole Tiger King Carol Baskins saga, but as a true crime fan from Central Florida, I knew about the Don Lewis thing, so I was surprised to find out that was a footnote in a much larger clusterfuck. Since March of 2020, the Sheriff's Office has interviewed more than 50 people. Investigators have collected DNA swabs from Lewis's daughters. They have visited every known property Lewis owned in Hillsborough County, Garcia said, except for the wildlife sanctuary where he lived with his wife, that bitch Carol Baskin. Lewis owned dozens of properties in Hillsborough County and kept a bevy of exotic cats at his home in Citrus Park. He disappeared without a trace following just before a scheduled trip to Costa Rica. Baskin remarried and still operates the nonprofit Big Cat Rescue, all that featured prominently in Tiger King. Garcia describes being denied access to the Big Cat Rescue property as quote-unquote frustrating. He has also said that only 2 people have refused to be interviewed by detectives. Kenny Farr, who worked for Lewis before his disappearance, Baskin, who through her lawyer has declined to speak with the sheriff's investigators on vacation since Tiger King. Most missing persons' families, members, wives, and spouses, they cooperate with law enforcement. They want to know what happened to their loved one, and they cooperate whenever possible. Asked if Baskin is a suspect, Garcia said the only person who's not a suspect is himself. Everyone else is a possibility, he said, describing Baskin as a high-profile person of interest. Baskin told the Tampa Bay Times on Thursday that she's directed investigators to her attorney, adding, "I've put everything I know online via my diary post." Investigators followed up more than 200 tips to the sheriff's office received after Tiger King, adding that a large amount of those were virtually useless. He has also reviewed 400 of Baskin's diary entries. The Department of Homeland Security recently assisted Sheriff's Office through the Panama office by running down leads in Costa Rica. Garcia, University of South Florida anthropologist, created an age progression image for investigators. Nice title. Tiger King Zoom. Corporal Garcia, iPad. Asked to comment ahead of the news conference, Baskin replied via email with a still frame from Tiger King 2. Showed a supposed Homeland Security document that states that a special agent learned Lewis was alive in Costa Rica and reported missing. Times has not independently verified this document. Garcia declined to comment on the document or sequel or about Costa Rica in general, citing the ongoing investigation. But Joseph C. Dominic, a former sheriff's investigator who assisted Garcia on the case, told Times Wednesday anything in Tiger King suggesting Lewis alive in Costa Rica is quote-unquote all noise. After looking at all the available evidence, Dominic is absolutely certain Lewis never made it to camp. Dominic, who retired from the Rochester, New York Police Department as a homicide detective and later worked as an investigator for the attorney there, was one of 2 civilian investigators hired by the Hillsborough Sheriff's Office to help work with cold cases. He left the job several weeks ago, and for personal reasons. Definitely a better case than it was 18 months ago, Dominic said of Lewis. But certain elements are missing. Dominic declined to get specifics of what's lacking, but said it takes physical evidence and eyewitness testimony to build a case that can be prosecuted. Both Dominic and Garcia said they are fully aware of the internet's who have been posting theories. Nothing on the internet we aren't aware of and haven't already checked out. And maybe some of the internet sleuths have it right. They're pretty much the same stuff the police have. There's other stuff that out there that's just crazy, made up BS. Now, Dominic said it's going to take someone with first-hand knowledge of what happened. I strongly believe from what I know about these people out there, they need to come forward. Carolyn Howard Baskin released a written statement in response to Tiger King 2 earlier today, calling it nothing more than a rehash of the first season with misleading additions. Editor's note. The undated Homeland Security document revealed in Tiger King 2 states there was no evidence of Don Lewis being involved in wildlife smuggling in Costa Rica and early the content of yeah, so that bitch Carol Baskin's done murdered him. I think we can all agree on that. Smart move on her part. Never talk to the cops. You start out innocent, talking to them can't make you more innocent. Bitch, her not talking makes her look even more suspicious. Elderly woman. Son of a bitch. This is the same story from earlier. Moving on. Already seen this story. I'm not touching that one. That's all you, buddy. Flagler School's book ban controversy. Sheriff's investigating possible criminal charges. Flagler County School District is embroiled in a now nationwide debate after a board member filed a police report because she said a book at libraries violated obscenity law. That was last week. Since then, debate has surged on social media, including input from the author themselves. Board members have fought publicly about the book and about its appropriate procedures. Try saying that 5 times fast. Yes, to address it. And on Tuesday night, the board heard 5 hours of public comments. 79. God damn it, so close on the subject. Now the Flagler County Sheriff's Office is investigating whether anything criminal has taken place, and the Flagler County School Board plans to revisit its own policies on how to deal with the complaints as they come in. Flagler County Schools is considering to remove the book All Boys Aren't Blue from its media centers after a school board member filed a criminal complaint over it I want to know why it got filed. What's in the book? I'm guessing it's a thing about the author being gay or something, because the cover and title. But I've never heard of this book, so I can't comment on it. Oh. The book in question, All Boys Aren't Blue, a memoir manifesto, is available in 3 school libraries, according to the police report filed by school board member Joe Woolbright. The young adult memoir chronicles the experience of author George M. Johnson, who uses they-them pronouns, growing up black and queer in America. Parts of the book include deep descriptions of masturbation, oral and anal sex, and sexual assault. Okay, so I was with it in the first part, but the second part makes me wonder how detailed we're talking here. Because I did read a book in high school that did feature a quote-unquote sex scene, but it was literally 2 teenagers who had no idea what the fuck they were doing and thought that a blowjob was literally the girl blowing on his penis. And even the teacher admitted that part was stupid when I asked her about it. Also, was this in a high school? Because, again, if this was a high school, it's probably better than it was in a middle school. Woolbright asked for the book and some procedures to be included on a future workshop agenda, which she said she believed distinct district staff weren't taking it seriously or acting quick enough on what she believed needs to be a criminal matter, so she took steps to contact law enforcement. Yeah, this woman looks almost exactly like I figured she would. At this point, we are not conducting a criminal investigation until we determine that the allegations meet the threshold of Florida law for it to be a criminal complaint, Flagler County Sheriff Rick State said on Wednesday. Anybody can file a criminal complaint, but that doesn't make it a crime until the elements required under Florida law are met, and that's what we're... Bailey says he expects to have more information with it. Woolbright first brought the issue of the book up on a November 2nd board meeting after learning about the book through social media. At the time, other board members agreed to discuss the book and its procedures for adopting instructional material at a future meeting. The following day, according to a report taken by Flagler County Sheriff's Office, Woolbright met with the superintendent and again discussed the book. He filed a report with the state's office on November 9th. After today's workshop, Woolbright said she felt like she was waiting and waiting and waiting. Bitch, it had been a week. Slow your roll. Jesus. And did not have access to the district's legal counsel to ask for advice. She stated that as a district employee, she is a mandatory reporter and felt like a crime was taking place. Typically, mandatory reporting applies to knowledge of abuse or neglect. I felt, well, I can't get any answers, and this is a crime, she said. I have a crime to report, so that's the steps I took. Florida statute prohibits the distribution of obscene materials, but deciding what materials are obscene has been a long, complex process. To be considered obscene, a material must meet 3 characteristics. An average person, applying contemporary community standards, would find that it appeals to pertinent interests, it depicts or describes the patently offensive sexual conduct, as defined by the law, and taken as a whole, it lacks serious literary, artistic, and political or scientific value. Okay, so, arguably the first one, possibly the second one, most likely the second one. The third one, nah, the third one ain't true. I'd argue that it at least has some artistic value. The third one, it gets a pass on that. I feel like that, a gay, black, trans, a non-binary person in America, yeah, no, they get a pass. That's fucking, I may not like it or may like it. I don't really know. I haven't read the book. I don't have an opinion on it, but it gets a pass on that grounds, if nothing else. The very intricate part of Florida law that our general counsel is reviewing, Staley said. The book was available at 3 schools, according to the police report. Buddy Taylor Middle, Matanzas High, and Flagler Palm Coast High had 2 copies. 2 copies had been removed from the schools. One was provided to Woolbright, and another remains unaccounted for. The sheriff's office took the one Woolbright had, per the report. Okay, yeah, no, the last 2, I'm fine with them having it. The middle school, that one, can we not give books to fucking middle schoolers detailing sex? Like, Like, if it was a biological puberty thing, maybe. But, like, nah, man. Fucking 13-year-old 7th grade Timmy doesn't need to read a book where the main character gets sexually assaulted. Like, no bueno, amigo. No bueno. Between Woolbright filing the police report in Tuesday's meeting, the issue has gained national attention. The author encouraged people to speak out against the Flagler County School Board. Actress and businesswoman Gabriella Union shared it on Twitter and began gaining traction as part of a larger conversation about attempts to ban books from schools. As a result, people flooded Tuesday's meeting, protesting outside and amounting to 5 hours of public comments on something the board has not put on the meeting agenda and did not vote on. The workshop during the day included a presentation about the procedures for the reviewing disputed international instructional material, but devolved into an argument about the merits of one book and the actions Woolbright took. Woolbright and Janet McDonald believe the book violates obscenity laws and should be removed. Colleen Conklin and Cheryl Massaro believe the book having the book available in the media centers is more value than potential harm to students. Conklin called the decision to file the police report nothing short of political drama and theater. I will agree with her on that. That it is, yes. And this process made national headlines across the country in Flagler County and Flagler County schools and left the impression with anybody who read them that we are backwards, she said, because the process and the policy were not followed. Man, you gotta follow the system, man. Hey. McDonald said the district's review procedure should be more exacting to avoid the scenario in the first place. We're getting upset about things that shouldn't have come before us to have a conversation about. All Boys Aren't Blue was not part of the curriculum or part of instructional materials adopted by the district classrooms. The book was available to check out at secondary schools. There are currently 4 books under review by the Flagler County School District. The aforementioned All Boys Aren't Blue, Stamped, Racism, Anti-Racism, and You by Jason Reynolds and Ibram X. Kendi. Why do I always say their name is Kendi? The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and Speak by Lori Hulse Anderson. Okay, I don't know anything about these other books, but I recognize Ibram X. Kennedy's name, Ibram X. Kendi's name from somewhere. But I couldn't place it. Like, I'm sure I could, like, if I Googled their name, I'd find out what book they're known for, because I'm sure they're a fucking author. I'm sure I've heard of one of their other books. Woodbright emphasized that she only asked for Johnson's memoir to be removed, but asked district staff to check on the other 3 as well. Per the district's procedures, any book that is under review will be removed from circulation. The procedure for evaluating challenged materials starts at the school level with a conference between the complainant, and the principal, followed by a decision by the school level committee. If the appeal goes to district level, the superintendent convenes a more formal committee. That includes media specialists, educators, and parents. The final step would be for the school board to review and vote upon the issue upon appeal. Let's see. What do Florida parents object to in All Boys Aren't Blue, a memoir manifesto? Well, I mean, it's a manifesto. I don't trust any book with the word manifesto in the title, but that's neither here nor there. Insert communism joke. The 2020 book by George M. Johnson is geared towards young adult and chronicles Johnson's life from childhood to graduating college. 2 of the 16 chapters detail sexual experiences of Johnson. The first, Boys Will Be Boys, details the time Johnson was sexually assaulted at age 13 and also describes his first attempts with masturbation. The second time, Losing My Virginity Twice, details sexual experiences during college. Okay, first, I was already iffy on the fact that detailed sexual assault in a book that's available in a middle school. Second, he was 13! Christ! Why? Moving on! Johnson spoke Tuesday's board meeting via video play during Conklin's comments. There's no reason for us to pretend the world isn't going to expose our youths and our teens to very heavy subject and heavy topics in my book. Realistically, they're already experiencing things, and my book is teaching them how to deal with these things. Johnson also said that 2 chapters in question are teaching teenagers about consent and agency. The book has been banned in 10 states, Johnson noted in social media posts. A TV show based on the book is in development. Again, I'm fine with this being available to high schoolers. My problem is I don't really feel comfortable about a book detailing a sexual assault being available to middle schoolers. That's my one problem. Also, it's not really the exclusive focus of the book. His life is the focus of the book. And it's only featured in 2 of the 16 chapters. So I wouldn't call it a sex book. I mean, honestly, I'm fine with the book existing. Like I said, it's just the middle school parts is my one hang-up. All right, now let's read the smug Reddit comments because I need to wash the taste of cum out of my mouth. Congratulations, George M. Johnson. This is the best kind of publicity a writer can get. It is only 2 of the 16 chapters, like 1/8. It's not the whole book. So, again, it's not as bad as the headline would have you believe. But yeah, I do agree. This is probably the best publicity he could have gotten. You gotta be a real narc to call the cops on a book. Snitches get paper cuts. Okay, a bunch of people complaining about the Bible. Wait, is the Bible even available in public school libraries? Like, I'm being genuine. I don't remember. Because I haven't set foot in a public school in about 8 years. Wait. 6 years. Damn, I got worse at math as I got older. I like how there's so many people bringing up the Bible. Like, I'm fine with controversial books. I have shit on here on my hard drive that in certain countries I would legitimately be arrested for owning. I can't even tell you what I have because it could easily be used against me in a police investigation and add multiple years onto my sentence. So, like, I'm fine with banned and controversial shit. I can never take my computer to New Zealand, though. Legitimately, it's a fucking high-class crime there. Moving on. New Zealand should have tipped my hand about what one of the things I have is, by the way. This is just the stun gun story again. This is just the Tiger King story again. And that's a COVID story, so we're not touching that. Okay. I know for a fact there's video of this because I've watched the video. I'm not going to play the video for obvious reasons. That is assuming it's even linked. Oh, thank God it's not. A singer relieved herself on stage at a Florida concert. Will she face criminal charges? Let me rewrite that article for you. Woman on stage at Rockville Music Festival pees on willing audience member on stage. Moving on. As the old saying goes, when you gotta go, you gotta go. But does it have to go down on stage during a concert? That's what happened Thursday night during a shocking live performance at the Welcome to Rockville Festival at Daytona International Speedway at Daytona Beach. I am so glad I wound up not being able to go to this because I was actually considering going. So I could have been here for this. I could have been in the goddamn Florida Man story I'm covering. Let that sink in. I mostly wanted to go because Metallica were headlining, and they're one of those bands I need to at least see once. On. The lead singer with Brass Against, Sophia Arista, was singing a cover of Rage Against the Machine's Wake Up when she announced she had to relieve herself and called a fan up on stage. I'm a piss in your motherfucking mouth, she reportedly told the crowd. I gotta pee and I can't make it to the bathroom, so we might as well make a show of it. Oh, that's fucking... Video shared on social media, which we will not show here, shows Arista pulling down her pants and urinating on the guy who had a can on his face and didn't seem to mind. After finishing, Arista pulled up her trousers, walked away from the man, and yelled, "Security, get him the fuck out of here." Bro, I would have at least kept him on stage as a pee-covered hype man. I think it's a punk band, if I had to guess. Let's see what their Twitter says. The band later apologized on Twitter the following day. "We had a great time last night at Welcome to Rockville," the post said. "Sophia got carried away, and that is not something the rest of us expected. It is not something you'll ever see again at her shows. Thank you for bringing us in last night, Daytona." So what's the deal with the band? According to Brass Against description, it's a collective of musicians who share the goal of creating music to inspire social and personal change by playing covers. Moving on. Was Arista making a statement with her actions? Maybe a lack of a bathroom backstage? Regardless, the former voice contestant, 36, did it technically against the law. If a police officer had witnessed the stunt, the Michigan-born performer could have been arrested and charged with lewdness and indecent exposure, a first-degree misdemeanor under Florida law. It's doubtful if any criminal charges will be filed because no incident report was made. Masad Bendayan, a spokesperson for Daytona Beach Police, told Miami Herald on Monday. Bendayan did say one person commented to the police, a mother whose 16-year-old daughter was in the audience. No incident report was created because we didn't actually speak to the reporting party, Bendayan said. She spoke to a county dispatcher initially. We tried calling her back twice and received no response. Beyond that, we aren't going any further on the matter. Alas, onstage antics at rock and roll shows aren't exactly a rarity. Two music stars who are known for their shock tactics come to mind. Ozzy Osbourne, who bit the head off of Dead Bat at an Iowa concert in 1982, and Alice Cooper, whose head was chopped off for his audience more times than we can remember with a guillotine prop. Points for not going with the time Ozzy pissed on the Alamo, which would have been the obvious correlation I would have gone with. Old school fan of The Doors may recall Jim Morrison was arrested in 1969 after he was accused of exposing himself to a fan at a concert in Coconut Grove's old Dinner Key Auditorium. The rocker, then 25, was convicted of indecent exposure and open profanity, but cleared on a felony count of lewd and lascivious behavior and public drunkenness. The Melbourne, Florida native was sentenced to 6 months in jail and died just 2 years later in Paris after the highly publicized case was under appeal. Like, man, like, honestly, if you think pissing on yourself or on people on stage is the worst act that's gone down at a concert, I got bands I could introduce you to. I can tell you about the Japanese band where the fucking singer jumped off stage and rammed a fucking bulldozer through the crowded concert hall. The Japanese band where the singer whipped out a homemade flamethrower and started attacking people in the audience. And then tried to stab someone for wearing fake merch. Gigi Allen needs no introduction. Seth Putnam was a bitch who died fighting an escalator. Moving on. One thing is for certain, though. Brass Against won't be playing Daytona International Speedway anytime soon. The band will not be included in future programming at NASCAR venues, read the company's statement from the media. A statement to media from Rockville producer Danny Wimmer also denounced the public urination. "We do not condone the inappropriate behavior that displayed and have already addressed this directly with the band, as well as other artists to ensure something like this does not happen again." I mean, yeah, it's disgusting as hell, but at the same time, the guy consented to being peed on, so I don't really want to see her get arrested. Like, if the guy didn't want it to happen, yeah, no, arrest her. He agreed to it. He sat there and took it like a champ. I watched the video, so. Gross, but whatever. Okay. I get why that their description is called horny metal. Because, I mean, look at the band photo. But I feel like after pissing on a guy on stage, you should probably change that for like a week or two. Just to cover your bases. Fuck, I can't even make that joke. There's not a bass player. Fuck! Let's see. R. Kelly is out? Grew a pair of tits and becoming someone's prison bitch while locked up. Yeah. I was there, Rockville and Daytona. That was disgusting. She pissed an absolute river on this dude's face. Her bladder was completely full. She emptied it on his face. It was like waterboarding, but with hepatitis C. Yeah, no. Sophia Urethra. That should be her new stage name. I mean, I'm not into piss play, but I don't... Okay, I do King Shame. Okay, this is just some story about that bitch, Carol Baskin, trying to get Tiger King 2 not to premiere. We don't care about that. Florida woman blames egg roll for her erratic driving during DUI arrest. Sorry, what? A Florida woman was arrested for DUI on Sunday, gave police a unique defense for her erratic driving. She was not drunk, but had simply been eating an egg roll. Maria Jurgel... How the fuck, dude? Howtopronounce.com, don't fail me now.
Jurgelwiz. 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 Jurgelwiz.
I'm sorry, that it's not that funny, but it's kind of a funny name. Like, is that supposed to be Polish or something?
Jurgelwiz. Jurgelwiz.
Fuck it, her name's Jurgelwiz. 45 of St. Petersburg was pulled over around 2 a.m. Eastern Time by a Pinellas County Sheriff's Department officer to check the welfare of the driver for illness, injury, or impairment. He had reportedly been swerving and driving dangerously. Wait, so is it a man or a woman? I'm confused because Maria was Florida woman, but now it's saying he had. Officers observed that Jurgelwitz's speech was slurred and murmured, and he had a strong alcohol odor on his breath, according to the arrest affidavit. Jurgelwitz was also reportedly having trouble following simple instructions given by the deputy. Upon further questioning, she told police that she had been eating an egg roll while driving, causing the car to swerve. The arrest affidavit does not indicate that an egg roll or pieces of an egg roll were found in Jurgelwitz's possession. Florida woman was arrested for DUI after she had started... This is literally just the same article. Well, an egg roll could not be located. Several other items were found in Jurgelwitz's car, according to the affidavit. This included a cut red plastic straw with a white powder residue inside, and a variety of loose pills found in plastic containers and sachets. The pills were a mixture of controlled substances and some were prescription only, but Jurgelwitz reportedly did not have a prescription for any of them. The researchers later identified some of the pills as the opioid tramadol. The drug is generally used to treat moderate to severe pain, but is abused as a narcotic. Jurgelwitz later admitted to police that she had been drinking at her boyfriend's home earlier in the evening. Investigators believe she was also under the influence of several of the pills in her possession. Police did not believe he was suffering. Is it a man or a woman? Make up your fucking mind, Christ! Also, at another tally, I've been texted by my parent, Parents, and look, it's some stupid bullshit. I don't fucking care about wasting my time. What a shock. Must be a day ending in Y. Police did not believe he was suffering from mental health problems based on the field observation at the time of the traffic stop. Jurgelwitz was arrested for 2 misdemeanors for driving under the influence and possession of a non-prescription drug. Due to the tramadol in her vehicle, she was also booked for additional charges of possession of a controlled substance. Newsweek has reached out to Pinellas County Sheriff's Department. Jurgelwitz who has prior convictions of disorderly conduct and parole violation, was released from jail of her own recognizance later Sunday. She'd originally been booked into county jail on $2,000 bond. He had also uncovered documents from What the actual fuck did I just read? What was any of that about? Was that English? I wish the reporter would decide whether the suspect is a he or a she or can stick with it. It was the egg rolls, not the ecstasy. Florida man rescued by sheriff and federal agents from a sinking plane. Man was rescued by deputies and federal agents from a plane that was sinking in the Gulf of Mexico. U.S. Customs and Border Protection Tampa Marine Unit, alongside Citrus County Sheriff's Office Tactical Impact Unit, were conducting joint operations offshore Cedar Key in Florida on November 9th. While underway, an aircraft was spotted floating in the water approximately half a mile away from the George T. Lewis Airport. As agents and deputies approached the sinking plane, an individual was spotted climbing out and standing on the fuselage. Agents verified the pilot was the only occupant and was able to assist him on board the AMO Coastal Interceptor vessel. I like how he's not even wet. Like, dude looks fucking bone dry, or at least his pants do. His shirt might be soaked. Agents conducted an initial medical assessment of the pilot and contacted other entities for further assistance. Local emergency medical services arrived on the scene to conduct a more thorough evaluation of the individual. Situational awareness and quick action of the Marine and Sheriff's Department prevented a possible human tragedy, said Michael Matthews, Deputy Director of Marine Operations. We are thankful to have proper resources and trained personnel to perform when incidents like this present themselves. I do like how this dude is just vibing. Like, admittedly, where the fuck could he even go? Because sinking plane. But still, just like, yep, that's me. Bet you're wondering how I got into this situation. This is literally just the same link, so I must have opened it twice by mistake. Florida man and woman arrested for robbery of Bingo Beach Arcade. Beach Bingo. Florida couple was arrested after armed robbery of a bingo and arcade center. According to the deputies, the couple was taken into custody after the River County Sheriff's Office arrested them for robbing the Vero Beach Bingo at closing time overnight. The robbery occurred early Monday morning when a female customer left, came back to the arcade asking employees to let her back in. When the employees let her in, her accomplice ran into the arcade. The accomplice held the employee at gunpoint and demanded money. He collected an undisclosed amount of cash and took the employee's phones along with a store phone. An employee was able to call 911 from the smartwatch the employee, according to deputies. So at least they were smart and relatively thorough. Deputies responded almost immediately and were able to track the stolen cell phones. The aviation unit's helicopters were launched and were able to locate the suspect vehicle and track it back to a home in South County. From there, deputies descended upon the home located on the 1200 block of 36th Avenue and made contact with the pair, who were subsequently arrested. A search warrant issued for the home led to the discovery of the cash from the arcade, still bound and marked, the firearm used, and a single glove. Employees had described the male suspect as wearing a single glove, a camo-printed glove on his right hand. The deputies arrested 26-year-old Jerry Smith Jr. of, not reading that, and Kamisha Harris, 34. Smith faces charges of robbery with a firearm, hindering 911 communications, tampering with evidence, and 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Harris faces 1 charge of robbery with a firearm. Both are being held in jail without bail. Yeah, sounds about right. This is just the plane story again! Parkland man operates a multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme, alleges attorneys. Victims around the U.S. allege that a self-proclaimed venture capitalist from Parkland has cost them millions in promised returns from investments they made with him. They allege Gilbert J. Peter Jr.'s. Oh, look. Finally, our two first names of the week. Surprised it took us to nearly the end. Wealth is all a facade, and that he finances his opulent lifestyle on the backs of investigators, including his $2 million homes in Parkland and Pompano Beach and private school tuition in North Broward Prep for his children, all while promising high returns on investment. When victims try to get their investment back, he consistently gives excuses or bounces checks and accuses his office manager of embezzling funds they owe. Although these are documented judgments, lawsuits, and court orders against Peters, victims allege that he continues to attract people into various investment opportunities. Article. This isn't even funny. This is just some criminal asshole. Hey, look, it's Mike Tyson. Good lord. Yeah, I'm... Florida man's double life exposed in the hospital when his wife meets his fiance. Can you spell douchebag? 2016, Jessica Devnani was dating Gregory Bender, a successful hedge fund manager who lived near Orlando, Florida. What Jessica didn't know at the time was that Greg had been keeping a secret from her. The secret would be exposed when he was recovering from a medical procedure at a local hospital. What happened in that room would lead to events that forever changed their lives. Devnani had met Bender online in 2009. He was 42 years old, and Devnani was nearly 20 years his junior. He had a very charismatic personality. He was very intelligent, Devnani said. He felt like we'd known each other all our lives. He became my best friend. As their romance developed, Devnani said she noticed Bender had a streak of jealousy, and sometimes it would escalate to verbal threats. I never feared what he could do to me, but I feared what he could do to other men, she said. Despite his flaws, he remained with him, and eventually they got engaged. Devnani told her story exclusively to 48 Hours in the Ring to murder Patrick de la Creta. What? What does this have to do with murder? I thought this was just a cheating asshole. I thought this was unrelated. A few years after their engagement, Devnani was confronted with a shocking twist in their relationship. Bender had undergone a procedure, and while he was recuperating in the ICU, Devnani decided to drop by for a surprise visit. When she entered his room, another woman was there, and that woman was Damara Sanchez, his wife at the time. I was like, what is she doing? Like, what are you doing here? And I told her, like, I'm his fiance. And I showed her the ring, and she showed me her ring. I'm his wife, Devnani recalled. Devnani said she was devastated by the news. My heart just dropped. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. Several days passed before Bender's finally contacted Devnani to explain the situation. He told her it was strictly a marriage of convenience, so he could help the woman's son attend a better school district. Jessica said she took him back, but she an ultimatum. He had to divorce his wife. However, for months, Bender stalled, and Devnani eventually dumped him. A month later, in June 2017, she met 25-year-old Patrick de la Creta on a dating app. I was afraid he would find out about our relationship. This is actually just going to devolve into a murder. Oh, yeah. This is a murder story. Yeah, no, we're just gonna not, because murder is sad. Anything new? We're not touching that one because it's a COVID story. And finally, our last story of the night, which has not been posted on here, because I found it through a different link. Gainesville police arrested different Kyle Rittenhouse for possessing child pornography. Man, talk about unfortunate timing, eh? Gainesville police said they executed a search warrant Friday, which resulted in the arrest of a 24-year-old named Kyle A. Rittenhouse. Police say he had found dozens of images of child pornography in his possession. Police say they got the tip from a National Center for Missing and Exploited Children that Rittenhouse was receiving child porn through Snapchat. Police say they uncovered chats where Rittenhouse was soliciting these images. Police say Rittenhouse lived at 520 Northwest 4th Street. I don't normally dox people, but this guy had child porn. Fuck him. Please be vigilant and aware of any social networking platforms your children may have access to. So yeah, Commander 5 is what I leave you with this week. Did he think that because Kyle Rittenhouse got the actual Kyle Rittenhouse got found not guilty this week, that he wouldn't have to worry about being arrested? Because that ain't how it works. That ain't how any of this work. But it sadly would appear that is the last of our Florida man stories for the week. Unfortunately for me, I forgot to pressure wash my driveway. I'm being genuine when I say that. Not. I actually do have to go pressure wash my driveway. So I'm gonna go get out of here. There will be no streams Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We'll be back Thursday on Thanksgiving. Actually, no, there probably won't be any streams Thursday either, now that I think about it. So, yeah. Streams resume on Friday, I guess. Sorry, my boss has me working from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I can't stream, and since Thursday is Thanksgiving, I'm stuck at home all day with my parents who are off work, so can't do anything that day. So Friday will probably be the return to the normal time, where we'll be starting up Toho Luna Nights, and since that's a relatively short game, I should be able to get through that in a couple of streams. And then it's on to whatever's next, so we'll see. I'll see you guys later. I gotta go edit this down. Sorry it was so short this week.